Yay. Okay, guys, we are recording. Our special guests are on. I'm excited. It's new month, March Madness or Mark's Madness, but yay. Okay, guys, we are recording. Our special guests are on. I'm excited. It's new month, March Madness. What are you doing? Joel's got all the things going over here. I'm like, what is going on? Okay, hopefully it's good now and we don't have multiple computers on. But it's March Madness, whatever you want to call it, crazy awesome madness. I feel like we brought on so many great new people that we just wanted to get back to basics, and what a perfect time to really talk about the basics at the beginning of the month. And really, sometimes we kind of lead off of the basics. So it's just always such a good refresher, even for people that have been in for a little bit. So a little bit of who I am quickly, because we have some awesome guests and we want to get right into those basics that we have. But I am Stefani Dunn. I've been with the company almost 11 years, and a little bit of our story is we were financially struggling. We went from bankruptcy and food lines, so super struggling when we first found this. Saw that the product worked for a friend. And of course, what do you do when you see results on somebody? You say, what are you doing? And I had to try what she had. And that's really, our quick version of how we got started is I tried the product myself. Joel tried it as well, my husband. We saw the results from it, and I knew, why not give this business a shot? I wasn't thinking anything crazy, like crazy income, but what if I could make $1,000 is what my first goal was. So newbies, if you're on and you're, like talking to people, it all starts really with getting these skinny brews in people's hand and letting them sample it. And so I love that corporate's really brought up, talking about samples and getting it, in the hands of people and letting them try it. So I think it's important that we're going to go over a little bit about that, because if I wouldn't have tried the product, I don't know if I would be here today. So I love that.
No, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah, that's true.
And the thing was, guys, is she didn't want to do the business. She just wanted the product. So that's
make this big.
That's the thing about it, is make sure that you're helping people with the product, because of the fact that the moment that they try the product, that opens the door to them wanting to do the business.
Yeah. So, fast forward at the beginning when we got started, I think back of, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was excited because I loved the product. So if you're new, if you haven't got your kit yet, make sure that you do sample that new skinny brew you're getting, or really looking into finding a product that you want to taste, that you want to sample, because people are going to ask you, and it's just easier that way when you're doing it. Some people come on board. What I love is they've never tried the product, because I can do that because of my passion from it. Like, I don't need somebody to try something now, because they trust me because of how excited I am. I've got my personal results pictures, and from there they become a customer. Or even, for me, I'm like, you might as well just try the business. Like, I'm so glad that I just gave it a shot. Why not make some money while you're getting results? So that's kind of a quick version of who we are. And now we're top earners of the company. And still the same. Steph and Joel just have a little bit more money, or a lot more money in our bank account, and that freedom of time to be able to do things. And so we're just passionate about helping you make that income that, you want for you and your family. So we'll get down to the basics of keeping it simple. That is one thing that I've always loved to do, is keep it kindergarten simple, so that anybody could come in and do this. So if there's somebody out there that's, really looking at, oh my gosh, I'm a teacher, they're super organized, or they want more in depth because they want to give ingredients and stuff. You have the ability to do what you want with your business, but the more simple we can do, the better turnaround we're going to have. And the people that want to look things up are going to do that. So we'll give you all those tools to make sure that you can look things up. I'm going to bring on, we'll start with Liz, and then I'll bring in the Tiffany. So Liz, we're going to unmute you, I think.
She can unmute herself.
Yeah. Okay. Yay. All right. So we're going to bring on Liz. She is a diamond leader, you guys. I love it. She's like
crushing it.
Yep. Super excited. She's got a great story. She's a product of the product, but I want everybody to know, give them a quick story bar and what the product's done for you, and I'll get you some questions to answer.
Okay, y'all, I'm Liz. I came from, I'm all over the place. I'm in the military. So right now I'm in DC. I'm in my bathroom with the terrible lighting because we're still working on all of our stuff. But I started using the products back in 2016. They did work. They were amazing. However, I wasn't committed. I didn't have that normal routine, that normal structure. So once I got off the products, of course, I was that complaining, customer and everything else. Oh, nothing's working out. So fast forward, I signed back up, and then now I'm into doing a routine structure. I kind of look at it as if I have my kids. If you have your kids on a routine every day and you put yourself on a routine every day, everything becomes simple. So I went through a little bit of a life crisis last year. And so I gained a little bit of weight. Okay, a lot of weight. No one told me that I was big. No one told me I had the fluff, the muffin top going on. So I took a picture and was like, I'm going to start working on me. And I didn't have anyone else tell me anything. I just did it. So when I did, I got into this routine. And then I was able to be a product of the product, and my results sell themselves. Literally, I can just show someone that, tell them what I do daily, and it ends up working out. But I am in the military, so I have a network around the world. So it's a little bit easier, but I also still have to build it daily. Like there's always people I have to add and continue. So that's a little spill about me.
Oops. Okay, I unmute myself. So she came in and she started getting results. So newbies, take note of that. You're going to hear sometimes repetitiveness, and that's a good thing in network marketing. So I even feel like, gosh, I'm going to give you guys some of the same things, but that's when you can build a big business because it's duplicatable. So first tip is make sure that you're using that product and take your before picture. That is the one thing looking back for me, I wish I would have done, but I didn't want to take that before picture because I was embarrassed of myself. And so, one of the things that I'm always like, just do it for yourself. You'll be glad that you did. And then, as you go along, even getting a 7-day, 14-day, 21-day, whatever that is, you're going to have multiple pictures that you can show people then of your personal results. So when we're talking about basics, I really wanted to go over, where do we start? What is an auto ship? What is a loyal customer? What does a distributor mean? You're going to hear some lingo. You'll hear LC, DT. And those are some things that we forget when you're coming on new, like what's an LC? So, Liz, what is a loyal customer?
To me, a loyal customer, take the customer out of it, it becomes a friend. I follow up with my loyal customers pretty much every few days, just to see how they're doing. And one of my customers just told me after talking to her and signing her up yesterday that we became lifelong friends. So I took the customer out of it and made it a friendship. It becomes easier that way instead of putting the emphasis of customer and stressing out a new distributor. So I'll say, let's reach out to your friends and family. Well, I don't have anyone. Okay, that's fine. Let's go into our list and see, who likes coffee? Which coworker of yours likes coffee? And one thing that I do for loyal customers is I like to put all of my products on my desk. Like I have my chai tea now, and I have my coffee, and then that right there gets a loyal customer quickly as well. So loyal customers, to me, take the customer out of it because it takes the stress off, and just make it like a friend, a family, or someone you want to be friends with in that sense.
Yep. So some of the first things that we want you guys to do is make a list. Something that you can do is print off your steps to success. It's right in your back office, and it kind of guides you, just like she said. It'll ask the question, who do you know that drinks coffee? But more importantly, log in and really look at the product, because it can trigger you thinking, oh gosh, I've heard so-and-so talk about collagen, or I've heard, somebody's wanting energy. So it might be the skinny brew or the energy stick. You might see a product that we didn't even have that you may want to try. So I've got some notes down that I'm going to kind of give you guys. So go through your training academy if you're new. Sometimes it seems like, oh gosh, do I need to do that? But yes, get familiar with that back office. The faster that you can just look at things And the more often you'll become more comfortable and confident with the product and the loyal language. After they go through each product, write down their names on it, who could benefit from using one of the products that you know. If you don't know anybody on that product, skip the product. It's okay. When you're done, you'll probably have between 10 and 12 names written down to the product. Then narrow it down to the products that are maybe under $35, because some of you guys freak out. We want high BV, but we also want you to get a win. So sometimes the lower prices, you'll feel more confident offering a family member or a friend a product that may be $33, like the hair, skin, and nails. So what you want to do is message or call the person up. Like if these are your friends or family members, like, hey, Aunt, Lucy, I got to call you. I trust you. I've got a new coffee. Would you mind switching it for me? So this is what I have written out. This is a kind of an old thing, but it says, hey, Aunt Sally, I hope you're doing okay. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor. I just started with a new business and I'm super excited about it. It's a health and wellness business and they have the product called whatever. The second I heard what this product does, I immediately thought of you. It would help like high stress anxiety. That's the Confianza. But if you wouldn't mind doing me the biggest favor and be a testimony for me, you would use the products for 3 months and report to me how you feel. My sponsor said it would be amazing for my business to get personal testimonies. So remember, you're in a new business, letting them know that you're partnered with somebody to make sure that you're doing that. The product's only $25 a month at my cost. So letting them know that. So you've already kind of introduced them into a loyal customer. So explain, I know you said friend, Liz, but explain if you're talking loyal customer to someone, how do you explain the loyal customer program?
So I break it down a little bit, and because most people are scared. As soon as you say 90 days, they're like, oh God, that's too long. But really, in all reality, that first month, I say, oh, well, you've already got your first month down as soon as we place this order. And then we have, April and May. While you're doing that, I'm going to check in with you and be your accountability partner. And then we're going to work, because a big thing right now is weight loss for me and my team. It seems like everybody is on the weight loss kick. A lot of people are waiting for taxes still, but still the ones that are ready right now, I'm like, I just need to lose weight. I just make it more into like, hey, it's 90 days. It takes 90 days to gain the weight. It takes 90 days to lose the weight. And so then they're like, you're right. And I want to take my time. And so I just encourage them, instead of making it a salesy pitch, I just be more concerned with the actual, like, what are you looking for? For collagen, it helped my face clear up. Stephanie can tell you last year it was all broke out and now it's like clear. So I'll be like, oh, you have acne problems. Well, guess what? It took me 3 months to get the results I wanted and to not have bags under my eyes and look crazy. And I use Dr. Nassif, and then I upsell it by just using like, oh, well, I use this and this and this. And then they're like, oh, I want all of it. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I get the 90 days. I just talk. I don't overly communicate. I do a sentence and then I end it with a question. And then I wait for them to respond. And then it may take me 5 days to sign someone, but I've gotten through with them. But I make it a very long process. Sometimes it's short. It just depends on the person.
So newbies, you may not have results like Liz is talking about yet. I remember thinking, okay, I felt something. I didn't have a personal picture, but my excitement about the business and the product, that's why we're saying get on the phone, do a voice memo, do something, because they're going to hear how excited you are about this amazing new product. So when you're talking that, just letting them know, hey, I've started a business. I can give you my discount. It's really that easy. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. But most people want the loyal program anyway, because we're going to waive the $50 membership fee. And then you're going to get my cost, and we're going to see what your 90 days is, but you're probably going to want to be a distributor or sell it some point, maybe not now, but down the road. So start plugging in, that they have the opportunity as well. So guys, loyal customer is super easy to talk about when you are confident. So practicing with family and friends, that's how you're going to get really good at speaking the language. And, don't forget the person that enrolled you or your team is there to help kind of coach you through the conversation. So DT that means distributor. And that's a business owner. So an independent distributor or IBO, or, you know, you'll hear different things, as an independent business owner. We're all entrepreneurs now. We have our own business, and we got started for, you know, for me, it was $199. Some it was $99. Some of you it's $69. What an amazing thing to start by saying, you know, you can own your own business for $69. The tax write-offs alone are so worth having an in-home business. Like, why don't people do that, right, Joel? Like, it makes sense for all the write-offs, your phone, your computers, that kind of stuff. So distributor wise, you know, loyal customer is 3 consecutive orders, or like Liz said, get one in and then they have 2 more months. Distributor is a little bit more flexible. And here's why. So I love the flexibility of this business, of our distributor program. So distributors, you just joined for $69, maybe $99. You will have your commission qualified that first month, but then you'll have an auto ship that runs the following month. Or you can have 150 in personal customer orders. So what we did, you know, we want you to help get those customers so that you're not only getting, you know, those customers coming in, it gives you the ability, unlocking all of the bonuses, all the pay when you get sick. So we want to really make sure that you're doing that. But DT is distributor. So, you know, you have that. So to be commission qualified, guys, it's either an 80 BV auto ship, not dollar amount. So most things are like dollar for dollar. There's some that aren't. So just make sure that you're at 80 and then, or 150. But I think everybody needs to have their auto ship up. You're in business, you can write this stuff off. You can sell that product for samples. And you heard, I tried the product and I was excited. So, you know, if you want to be successful in this business, don't you think, Liz, they need to be a product of the product or have some samples?
Oh yeah. So what I've told everyone is to be a product of the product, that means you're studying the product and you know exactly what it is, and you're in eSuite and you're looking at the ingredients, because 10 times out of 10 for me, it seems like every customer wants to see the ingredient list. So for me, I started studying each ingredient list. I would even message Joel sometimes and ask him, like, what's this or what's that? Because he has all of these products and he mixes them together. And I'm like, well, what is that? So I follow other people in this company as well, so I can get more involved with the products. For me, products, being confident, knowing what you're selling, it shoots so much more farther in this company. So if you're saying, oh, buy fat fighters for me, you got to know what the fat fighter does, how much carbs does it block, and so forth, and carb blockers. And my favorite's coffee. I drink it every morning. I do the greens. I do it all. So I just like I key in on what I really like, and also change my auto shipment every so often. And then I key in on that product, study it, learn it, and then I start promoting it. So for the last bit, it's been coffee, because it was it was just accessible while I was traveling across country. So I would, even in the hotel, I would have my coffee and I would just take a picture of me and my kids with chaoticness all around, and people would message me, what is that? And I would tell them, oh, it's the skinny coffee. And then with all the promotion of skinny coffee, it became easier. And then I would tell them about how I just put a little bit of flavor into it to match where I don't put sugar in it anymore, and I leaned off of it. And then they're like, what, you don't put sugar in your coffee? No. So I did that with my auto shipment. And then with my husband's auto shipment, I always do something else, because I want to continue to have different products in there. And I also sell them, and I also give them away when people sign up, just so if they're like, hey, I like the coffee, but I want to try the tea, I'll ship in like 2 or 3 samples of the tea. So it's always good to have that, because one, it helps with your BV, and it also helps when you're selling it and so forth. And just, it's so many perks to it. And honestly, it's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we know loyal customer, what that is now, guys. Distributor, what that is. You're an independent distributor or DT. You're going to hear that. And so your goal is 6 loyal customers and 3 distributors. That is the steps to success. So every month you're going to want to print that off. And I see Nicole's on here and she does a great job. She's made these little like pretty pictures, templates, where it's her screensaver on her phone. So she knows how many customers she's gotten for that month. So it's almost like a reminder, because we check our phone all the time, right? Like, where are we at? Yes, I love it, Nicole. Where are we at for the month? So I'm going to give you guys kind of a guide, and then we're going to pull on Tiffany. But you know, Liz, when you're coming in and helping a new distributor, what are a couple of the things that you would say, this is something basic that everybody should be doing as a new distributor?
So for me, what I do is the first thing I do is I tell them to download the Connect app. As soon as they sign up, we get them started. It's so simple. So we download that and I start saying, okay, I want you to look through it tonight. No stress. You know, there's some people that will hit the ground running, wanting to just like sign customers. And for my other individuals that are, you know, wanting to know more, the Connect app. Then from there, we start our list. What are the 10 to 15 people that you know will be interested in coffee, you know, or collagen or the facial line? And then I do that. And then I send them samples. If you've been in the business long enough and you have samples, of course, I send them some samples as well so they can try products, so they can stick them on their desk or wherever they are and then go from there. And then after that, we just start day by day. I check in with them every day. And also on the Connect app, you can check in with them because there is like just a whole format of for LCs, distributors. I do that. And then I'll be like, oh girl, that was automated. But if any of my team's on here, I do that. Sorry guys. But then I go in and then I text them, hey, what is your agenda today? What are we doing today? And then I get in and, you know, we should look at signing 2 customers today. That should be your goal at starting out. And then we just kind of work it. And then the excitement builds up, especially once they get like their first, you know, weekly bonus, or when they see that they made back the money that they put into it the first month. And then it just becomes like this huge snowball of excitement. And it makes it very easy as far as that goes. But I just keep the excitement going. I check in, I talk, and then we don't always talk about business because it's okay not to talk about business. You can just say, how's your day? And then they're like, I'm so glad I'm a part of this team. And I've sent Stefani messages where she's commented on people's stuff and they're so excited. You know, utilize our upline. I do my whole upline with Joel and Stephanie and Eileen, and then they comment, and then I get these excitement like, oh wow, the #1 earner just messaged on my comments or whatever it is. Oh my gosh, they actually know me. And it's like, yeah, there you go. So it's just building the excitement and keeping it rolling and just cheering each other on throughout the whole thing, because everyone loves to be acknowledged at some point for a job well done. So that's kind of how I started out the first 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, perfect. So that's awesome. We're going to, guys, give her some love in the comments, you know, letting her know she is a diamond leader on her way to double and triple. So, you know, we're just going to keep on moving up. But I love that. I just know she is excited to share. And so you guys, if you know people that want to get on and share a little bit, you know, we want to highlight that. So thank you, Liz. I appreciate you. You're always working hard and bringing on new people. So we appreciate that. All right. We're going to bring in Tiffany next. And as we bring in Tiffany, I'm going to give you guys kind of a guide. Okay. And I might have Joel copy this if you can, but we'll see. So I just joined. What do I do? So first thing, make a status to grab people's attention. I think that sometimes they're like, what do I post? Where do I even go? So sometimes you can do a basic one, like something like with or without a selfie. You know, some people want to do this. I started a new adventure and I'm super excited. Stay tuned. So now all of a sudden you've got, you know, some excitement out there, curiosity for people, like what is she up to or what is he up to? You know, something's going on and they're going to be like, what? Share. So not only are they commenting, but your algorithms are picking up. So you've started a list already of people that are commenting and liking on that post that you just did. So if you've never done that and you're new, or you've been in a while and you're just like, I just didn't know where to start, you can start tonight by saying, you know, I started a new adventure. I'm so excited. Or maybe you've been in a bit and you're like, I've just started something new. I cannot wait to tell you guys. So, or I'm starting something new this month, you know, something like that. So every month there's some kind of movement of like, what the heck is she up to?
Oh my gosh, what did I just do?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways.
Somebody's going to try and save you.
So let that excitement build up. And then as you have that post out there, you go on to the next step. So which basically Liz said, do all the training in the Connect app. The Connect app is such a great tool. And the more that you use it, the more that you're going to have your customers follow-ups and getting samples out to people. Log into your eSuite with the password that was given or whatever you set it up with. Do your tax form. Make sure you get off that commission hold. We want you to get paid. And then, you know, watch the training videos. And I even have a note in here. Yes, some of it's cheesy, but do it anyway. Like, we want you to be successful. So watch some of it. Make your hundreds list. Now, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, 100 people, that's like a lot. But before you know it, you're just writing people down. So that post that you just did, you may have people that have commented or liked it or like said something that you're like, they wouldn't have never been on my hundreds list. So you just created that new doorway of putting them on a list.
And guys, if you get stuck on that list, reach out to the person that you joined with, because they can help you build that list. They will ask you questions that'll cause you to go, oh, I didn't think about them. Oh, I didn't think about them. And make sure that you don't disqualify somebody. Just write down names. Don't think, oh, they need this or they don't need this. Just write them down.
Yeah, because people love to do favors. So I know when we bring on Tiffany, she's going to share some of the things that's working for her too. So I won't go into all of that. But the next big goal for this month for newbies, you know, again, we're going back to basics. I don't even want to call it newbies, but really back to the basics of what do we want for this month? 6 new customers in your first 30 days. So message all of those people from that post from your list, and you should be building your list every single month. So you'll message all the people or just put them on that list, physically call, watch first video. You're going to want to watch some of the videos in your training. And then let them know, hey, I just started an adventure with It Works, an all natural health and wellness company, and wondering if you'd be interested in supporting what I just got started with. If you actually do this, it should get you most, if not all, of your first 6 customers. People will be willing to help you. And we can talk about, you know, how you talk to people as you go. Okay, when you're done with that, you want to race yourself to add 500 new people on your social medias. Most of you are on here because of social media. So, you know, some may say, well, I don't have a big social media. I didn't have a social media when I started. I built all of this over the years and continue to delete and add new. So what you're going to do is you're going to expand who you're marketing to is crucial for your business. So how you would start going about it is adding people as I click my friends of friends. And so every day you can do that. If they don't accept it, undo that one and go till people keep friending you. I do this every month, and it's changed my business. So we run a social media team. So this is super important, and it's part of getting in front of as many people as you can. So then start posting. It's, you know, don't be scared if you're not posting, your business is closed. You know, it can be anything. It doesn't necessarily just need to be all about It Works stuff. But this is where I'll bring in Tiffany a little bit, because she's got a baby. And so we know that she posts about her baby in the cute clothes. So Tiffany, can you unmute yourself?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Yay.
I barely. Let me turn it up. I'm going to turn my volume up on my computer. There we go. Okay. All right. Where is she? I want to see her face. Joel's got to put it on there. All right, you guys. So Tiffany has been in, I'm going to let her tell you guys how long she's been in, but she's an ambassador with the company, a top earner in the company. And I think she has a really powerful story. And I think, you know, you need to hear, she got really to the top pretty quickly. And then kind of life happened for her. And now she's so excited because she has the skinny brew that's making her skinny and fit. And so Tiffany, tell us a little bit about your background, what you came from, and where you're at now.
First of all, cheers with my keto chai tea. That's hard to say sometimes, but sipping on that tonight, getting more skinny than I'm probably losing 5 pounds right now. But yes, we have been in 8.5 years. Crazy. I was a hairdresser. Cody was in real estate, and you know, we were after the big dreams and trying to have freedom and money and all those things the traditional way. It just wasn't working out. But we were deeply in debt. But I was at a hair show actually, looking for hair things because I was a hairdresser, and came across It Works. And of course, back then it was the body wrap was the flagship product. And just like exactly like Steph, I just wanted the product. I tried it. I just wanted more. And the lady kept it so simple. This is a great tip for newbies. She said, well, you can buy them as a customer, or you may as well become a rep. And that way you can make some extra money if you want to. She kept it so casual. She wasn't like, hey, do you want to join my team and make $1 million? I mean, there's some red personalities out there that's going to speak to. But I think the majority of people, the more like nonchalant, hey, if you want to get your products for free like I did, you can jump in. You just want to get them in our culture. But I'll ramble on and off. So joined and really just wanted my product for free and to make enough to cover my product because we were in debt. It didn't even click in my brain that this could pay off our debt. I was actually thinking about delivering pizzas. Cody was looking at working at Home Depot for extra money. It's crazy. Those were things we were looking at doing. And obviously I got in and saw the Ruby chart and it started growing, and this paid off all of our debt, over $100,000 in under a year. While we were both still working. Cody worked so many hours in real estate. I was on my feet all day doing hair, and I just worked this business all the way to presidential in little snippets of my day, getting up early. On my lunch break, I would not eat with the girls. I would go to Chick-fil-A and sit in my car and, enroll customers. When I come home, we weren't watching, I don't even know what we watched back then. I don't know, Survivor or something like that. But I didn't even care about TV because we were going debt free and paying off debt that would have taken us our whole life to pay off on a super strict budget. And we did that in under a year. So fast forward, after we went debt free, obviously all the options opened up, and where I never even had quitting my job on the table, I was like, hey, what would happen if I did this full time, So, after about a year and a half in the business, I walked away from my career and have been doing this ever since. It took us about 4.5 years to go ambassador, and just we're building the whole way there, growing our check. It's going awesome. And then we moved and then we got pregnant, and then we had a baby, and, life just kind of turned upside down. In a lot of ways too, add into that is, we had that big goal of debt. We had that big goal of ambassador, and we reached that, and we didn't realize that we didn't really redream. We got the dream house, we got all those things. So we hit this little area of complacency, and then add pregnancy and sickness and baby and all that kind of stuff. I just got off my routine. I didn't have, it's funny that Liz started off with, her routine, because that was the first thing I was going to say that really got me back on track. Kind of the first of the year was okay, I really want to get back on track. I really want to get back to my rock star status, and I started with, okay, we've got to get a system down. A little baby can totally take over your life. And, you just want to hold her and be with her, and she needs to eat, all the things. So for me, and stop me if I'm rambling stuff, but for me, what I did is I committed to getting up at 6 a.m. every morning, which sometimes that happens with the baby anyways. But Cody and I set a schedule where, he was going to handle Brecklin from 6 a.m. to noon. And so I've been getting up at 6 a.m. doing a power hour. And then I've actually been going to the gym because I knew as a new mom, I was just down in the dumps about my body, my energy, how I felt, everything. So I'm I got to get moving. When I walk the track, I'm listening, I'm doing personal development. Some days I do a big workout. Some days I do walk around the track for 15 minutes, whatever I have time for, but it gets me out of the house. And then actually our gym has a little coffee shop area, and I go there and work. So I just have that set aside time. And I know everybody can't do the exact same thing, but it's all about fitting this in however you can and just making that schedule. And that's what it's all about. And I'm starting the morning off with those everybody talks about, but your six list, those important things that growing your network, adding friends, adding followers, engaging is huge. That's the biggest thing that I had really let off of is engaging. Well, there's a lot of things, but I really noticed when I started engaging, all these new people are seeing my stuff and they want it. I just had those same old people, and probably mostly my team, seeing my stuff. And, you got to get in there, engage, and stir up your algorithms and everything, and add new people. I live in Austin now. We used to live in Houston, and I've really focused the last couple of months on adding a lot of people from the Austin area And 2 of my customers this last month, guess where they're from? Austin area. And one wants to meet up to be a distributor.
Yay.
She's in the Austin area. I want to build an Austin team. So I guess I'll stop there if you want to say anything. I could go.
So awesome. I just texted Cody. I was like, your wife is on fire right now.
It's just so good, guys. Just hearing, we want to talk about the basics, but hearing she worked it into her life. I don't think most of us came in thinking we were going to be where we're at. As leaders go up, they're just like, $300. And that's the majority of what people want, $300 to $500 extra dollars. So we all start kind of that same way, distributor, but being consistent with adding customers, adding distributors will just help you. It's like showing up to work every day. So yes, you want to get that system in place of what works for you. Everybody's going to be different. So if it's an hour a day that you're committed, maybe it's 3 hours, whatever time that you can commit, but be focused on building your network. Like Tiff said, going and commenting and interacting with other people, and even then their inbox can create more people seeing your stuff. So I haven't said this in a while, but one of the things is who has a birthday that day, go wish them a happy birthday, and then go into their inbox and let them know, because all of a sudden people love to be, told, hey, you look great today. Happy birthday. Oh, this outfit's cute. We love compliments. So start there if you don't know where to start. Then, there's TikTok. Everybody should be learning that. We have so many different social platforms that, I'm like, oh man, this was one more thing, but we're hearing huge success with the people that are really working it. So, that's something I'm telling my newbies right now is get TikTok if you don't. Like, why not? Like, just go in and start now, because they don't have this big team that they're working with, or it is customers to follow up with yet. So why not just go focus some things on TikTok? Tiff, I love that you said, how they gave you an option. Like, here it is. I think that's the number one thing is keeping it simple, guys. You don't need to know everything. It's just sharing the option with people, letting them know about the product, which for me and Tiffany, it was the wrap. We got excited about the wrap. We saw that instant results, but now the skinny brew. So you guys, her comment about potato chips in front of her, that was sitting next to me at conference. And she's like, I don't even want these potato chips from the skinny brew. That's how much like energy it had given her. Like, I could see this like light bulb moment for Tiff of, this is my product now. This is what the wrap was like for me. I'm excited. I can talk about this and I'm going to tell everybody. And she's getting customers because she just believes in it. And maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like, that's really, when you're excited and passionate and people try even just one, they're going to want more. So Tiff, how are you going about that now with the new skinny brew?
I feel like I could just blow up right now. I get so excited because what's been so exciting for me is my warm market has totally opened back up. So when you're in this for, a couple years or even longer, like you'll have warm market trickle in and follow you and all that. But, obviously 8 years later, like everybody knows what we do, right? And they've either tried a wrap or tried something. And so I have people coming back to me that, maybe bought a wrap 8 years ago and nothing else. And they are interested in this skinny brew 8 years later, after everything I've, posted about, like, this is what they're interested in. I've had people that totally ignored me, friends and family that didn't want anything to do with wrap or, grains or whatever. And they want this skinny brew. So, for a newbie, it's so cool because they can build their list and go easily talk about this coffee. But, for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, like every day I'm just going through my social media. I'm doing all my 6 lists and all that, but I constantly have friends and family and, warm market popping up that I can just go and message them like, oh my gosh, have you seen this new skinny brew? And I can show them my results. I have 7-day results. I have 3-week results. I have results in a bikini. I have results in a t-shirt. I'm showing all the things, to really track my results. But more than anything, I'm getting on voice messenger, especially with people I know. So this is going to speak to newbies because you're really talking to your warm market. And I'm just being myself with them. I'm not reading a script. I'm saying how this product makes me feel. And I'm so confident. I know in my heart they will try one cup and they will feel it too. And I am getting reviews back from people that have either gotten a sample pack or joined as a customer. And with the first cup, they are all like, oh my gosh, this appetite control, this energy. One of my customers said she cleaned her whole house and dusted and she hates dusting. Like, it's just some really cool reviews coming back, and it's just, boosting my confidence even more. So I'm like, you have nothing to lose with offering this product to everybody. So use the sample pack system. We've just barely had this product a month, and I've been really working my social and getting all that going. But I'm excited to get back out there in homes and blitzing regularly, because this is so easy and your business will boom even that much faster if you have the social media, but you add that in-person aspect. Mm-hmm. Our teams really grew big with the party aspect, which can be as simple as a coffee and chat that could take 10, 15, 20 minutes, Mm-hmm. So
I love that, you guys. It's brought back from years ago when we had the wrap and had the coupon of people trying it, selling it and trying it. And I was at an event, was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago? A week ago. And I had the Skinny Brew with me, and the lady asked, what do you do? And I told her, what I did. I didn't say I'm number one earner or anything. I just let her know that, I'm a rep with a company and we have a hot new product. It's called Skinny Brew. It helps with weight loss, energy and focus. And it's crazy the amount of energy that you get. And she's like, well, I need that. And I said, yes, you do. And so I got the sample out. You guys have the app on your phone that they can buy the sample right then and there, and it gets shipped right to them. So you have brand new distributors have 3 of the electronic samples that they can mail out. Or when you get your kit, you're going to have 4 that you can send out and mail to people or use yourself. But what a great thing that you can have maybe a few in your purse or whatever with you. But if you run out, like their other friends want them, oh, you guys are just going to have to get it from here. Let's quick give you an order. You can get it, 3 for 15, 3 for 20, whatever you want to sell it for. So I love that. And you did the same thing this weekend.
It's super easy. Just bring coffee with you everywhere you go. I knew we were going on this fishing trip. I knew there were going to be people around that had never tried it before. So what do? I do a video of how easy it is. It's, hey, have you heard of Skinny Brew? Do you drink coffee? Here, try this, and hand it to them. It's that easy. And did the same thing with the Uber driver on the way back to the airport today. It's really that simple. And then all you do is connect with them on social media. Say, hey, I'd really like to follow up with you. Can I get your name, your number, your email? And that's it. Or just hand them your phone and go, here, this is me, find you.
Yeah, I love doing that. That was one of the things, as you're out and about is basics is building your list. So it's not just social media, guys. It's out and about talking to people constantly, because there's a lot of people that don't see our stuff on social media because social media, Instagram and Facebook are really blocking a lot of that. So making sure that you're building your network that way. So, if you're giving them something, or if they're buying a sample for $5, you can sell 1 for $5. They'll buy it. Coffee's, you go to Starbucks and get whatever, and there you go. So why not get results from the Skinny Brew? But get them on Facebook or Instagram or their phone number. I was at an appointment this morning and just talking about greens, and she's like, well, do you have a website? And I'm like, yeah. And I got a sticky note out. I went up to the counter and said, can I get a sticky note? And got her information, and she gave me hers. And so I get to follow up with her tomorrow. So that's because I have greens samples with me too, because I believe in that product. So making sure that you're doing that. So that's part of a 6 list that Tiffany kind of was talking about a little bit. So back to basics, there's like 6 things that we should be doing minimum, will change. But Tiffany, give your 6 list. What do you do?
One thing I wanted to add, because I didn't want to forget it, is number 1, if you haven't got the Skinny Brew and you haven't used it yet or drink it or whatever, you have to. And Cody, my husband, hates coffee. Like when we got married, all he would drink was Dr. Pepper. And I'm like, what are we going to do when we're old? And I didn't know we were going to retire at 30, but I thought when we were old and retired and sitting on the front porch, like, he's like, I'm going to pour my Dr. Pepper in a coffee cup because I will not drink coffee. But just within a few days, he saw, number one, he said, I feel like I got my life back when I started drinking this, because this literally gave me so much energy, and the brain effects on this, I feel like I can't talk about enough. I'm so excited that they added that in there. Like, I would pay for this product if it was just the nootropics.
Tiffany, did you have mom brain fog?
I didn't realize I did until I drank this coffee, and I'm like, everything's clear again.
So what you're saying is there's probably a couple hundred moms on here right now that don't realize they're experiencing brain fog until after they drink the coffee.
Yes, exactly.
So I got a mom brain fog, and she's 22, and I had it too. Oh, that's so funny.
But anyway, so Cody is drinking it, and he's actually drinking it black and just getting it down. I mean, he said, I've drank worse things, whiskey, things like that, and he goes, nothing makes me feel that good, but I'm having to remind him to eat because the appetite control is just crazy. And he is, I can't wait to get his pictures together.
He's looking good.
Crazy results. So, but my 6th list is just engaging. When I do my power hour in the morning, I spend about 10 minutes, and it's real minimum. It's making sure you're hitting all the bases. And then throughout the day, I'm always trying to do more as I can, especially if I'm going to the gym for that 4 hours, like I talked about, or the coffee shop. But engage. I do the happy birthdays every day. That's so simple to do, and I'm just really genuine. And I inbox everybody. I don't even post on their wall. 1,000 people post on their wall, so I'm in their inbox, and I can't tell you how many people I've seen comment on my polls and all that. And I see the last thing I sent, and the only thing we've ever talked about is happy birthday to them. So engaging on 5 minutes on Facebook, 5 on Instagram, growing my network by adding at least 25 on Facebook and 25 on Instagram. That's very minimal. I always do more than that. Posting on Facebook and Instagram, stories, I've really made sure I've stayed in my stories this last month, and I think that's been a game changer. And doing the polls. I mean, this is basic stuff, guys, but for me, getting back to the basics, and that's what's growing my business. So it's nothing crazy. The polls are huge, and I love the stories. I know Steph talks about this all the time, but you can see who is watching, who is ghost watching you and everything, and spying on you. So you can always message everybody that votes on the polls, obviously, but every now and then, if I need more people to message, I have my message goal. I'll go through and message the people who are watching my stories, because I know they know what the heck I'm talking about and who I am. And then I always, again, like to send out messages like I just said, and then follow up. I follow up really heavy, obviously, when somebody's a hot lead, and then Fridays I like to follow up. What I'm really doing with the samples is I'm offering it to $20 for $20 to everybody. And then if they don't buy for whatever reason, Fridays I'm offering a $5 coupon. But
I love that. Yeah.
I love this whole sample thing because it's growing my list so fast, and for my team too, because people are more open to you just want to open conversations. You can take that conversation wherever you want to take it. The first couple weeks, I was really kind of working the sample program just so I could teach my team and teach new people how they can make the sample cash. So as soon as they commented on something, I'm just saying, hey, here's how much it is. Here's how you can pay me. Here's my results. Of course, I'm always sending those. But now I really want to push, I want distributors and customers to go after the more bonuses and everything. So I'm using that sample attraction to get the conversation going. And then so I inbox them, and I just start talking about, what are your goals? Hey, thanks for the love. I see you want to try this skinny brew. Tell me a little about you. What are your goals? How much do you want to lose? And so that way you can really hear what they want. And 3 days is not going to do that for them. So I start talking about my results and what I'm using, which I'm using the cleanse and the wraps, and just talk about all of that and really try to get them to become a customer. And once I get their customer information, right before I sign them up, I've done this my whole career. Right when I get their information, then I just say a little blurb about, hey, before I get you set up, have you ever thought about, making some extra money? I would love to send you some more information about what I do. I try to say a little something personal always. I told Steph before I got on here, I'm like, I'm not the script girl. I wish I could give everybody the magic words, but it's really different every time. And speaking to that person and just not being a robot. And I try to use voice message as much as possible and keeping it simple and just try to keep that conversation going, asking them questions like Liz said, and you're gonna grow your business.
I love it. It's so simple, guys. It's really, that's what we wanted to get at, was keeping it simple. Yes, it's scary and exciting and all of those things that we've all had that as a new distributor, like, oh my gosh, what are people going to think? They're going to think whatever they want to think, whether you do the business or not. They have something to think about. So, it's okay. We want you to have success. So the quicker that you get out and do that. I love our 6 list. I'm just going to make it a little bit quick on my end. And then I want to share something a little bit, kind of that secret tip that I was going to give you guys that I think will help even more so. But a daily 6 list, post like 5 to 10 stories. So slides, you want to make sure that you're doing that with your stories. If you haven't and you're new, start showing, mixing your coffee. You may not want your face on there. That's okay. But make clips of doing something like that in your life. If you have a dog, people love my dog. Just some fun things like that. Post on Facebook and Instagram. Add, this is me, add 200 on Instagram. Now that doesn't mean all in 5 minutes, spread it out throughout that day. Add 50 to 100 on Facebook, message 100 new people. Again, break that down throughout the day. And then 15 to 20 minutes self-development. So if you still have a job, listen while you're driving, you're just knocking it out, or if you're working out like Tiffany just shared, and then making sure you're following up. So those are the 6 consistent things that we do in our business. But something that, as I'm growing, and I think this will help you guys, is you heard we're willing to do something. So we have the samples that you can sell, the 3 for $20. They've made it really easy to do that. If you go ahead and you buy 5 credits today, tomorrow, Wednesday, I believe, I don't want to get that wrong, you're going to get 5 coupon codes that you can enroll distributors for $69. So you get those samples, and now you want to make sure that you're getting them out within 24 hours. So buy the samples. As long as you send out those samples in 24 hours, you're going to get the code. So that's a huge thing for us to make sure that we're doing. But here's the other thing is we're business owners. So something that we've always done is some people, back in the day, they had business Facebook pages. So they would invest in ads. So if you're taking this serious and you're like, I'm going to offer that and sell the samples, but I want to hand 5 personal out a week or a day, whatever that is. Making sure that if you're giving that out to someone that you can give them a product, but make sure that you get their phone number, like have them do something for you. Give them a testimony through a text, through a Facebook message, because now you just built up your testimonies that you can share in those stories, that you can share with other people. So if I'm going to give somebody something for free, 1 skinny brew, I'm going to let them do something for me, making sure that they'll give me a review. I trust them enough to do that. Hey, can you post it with a picture? Oh my gosh. So right then and there, if they're in person, this is an in-person thing that I would do, guys. You want to build a network around you, go to the gas station. Where do you go out to eat? Panera Bread, Target, look for some people and just say, hey, I have a new product in the market. I just really want this in your hands. I see that you have a Starbucks in your hand. Would you give me a testimony? Take a picture for me right now and just post that. And let's see how you do. So there's doing some, marketing by just giving out maybe 5 a week. And what would that do for your business? If you did 5 a week, that's 20 people that you have of showing your picture or showing that skinny brew, and they're not even in the business yet. And all of a sudden they may have people messaging, what is that? So you've opened up the network of doing that. And that's what I used to do with the Blitz cards. So, I'm challenging myself to give out, because I know that I'm not afraid that they're going to have results with that product to give me that honest review of how did you feel? Did you feel full? Because it's like you have to make yourself eat. The energy that they're going to feel with even just one, they're going to want more. They're going to come back. They're going to do something. So I hope that tip, helps you guys a little bit more. Maybe that was an aha for you, that you're like, I didn't even think of it like that. But we are in business to get it out there. And sometimes those are the things that like traditional business owners would do, is we want reviews out there and people. Now, make sure you're giving it to people that are smiling, that look like somebody that you would want to do business with, not just like you want a coffee, like just because you're getting 5 out. So that might be my husband. I'm just kidding. He wouldn't do that. But, like he's going to be attracted to certain people too, or he sees a dad with a bunch of kids like, oh man, this guy needs some energy with all those kids or whatever, so we're always going to give you the best tips that we can, but I hope that this helped you guys on just getting to the basic of keep it simple, log in, everything is at your fingertips. And we wouldn't be here if we didn't have the eSuite and just keeping it simple. We just look things up. So now you have the team pages, you have a Connect app, you have your eSuite, you have YouTube, you have everything that you need right at your fingertips. But give Tiffany and Liz some love. Like, I appreciate them so much. I just know recently I've gotten some text messages from them, even, a voice message from Tiffany, like, I just have to tell you, she's just so excited because what the Skinny Brew is doing for her. So get the product, take the product, guys. This is going to build your business. We don't do this just to say, take the product. It's what's going to get you guys excited to go out and do TikToks, to do Instagram, to get out and just give it to people, to let them sample it. But go in, we have a goal of hitting 100,000 samples out. That's what Mark put on the page. So if you need to rewatch it, go watch that. But we'll put this up for you guys because I know you're going to want to know those 6 lists. We're going to get this in the last minute. I'm going to read my last part so I gave you your secret tip, but start posting. Don't be scared. If you're not posting, your business is closed. Follow up, 3-3 rule for posting. Post a product, a lifestyle post that's not It Works related. And then anything you would normally post on social media. So that's your 3-3, like if you're working on social. And then show people your life, that you're a real person. People love that. They want to see what you're about. And a distributor post, and try to be consistent with posting, 3 to 6 times a day, whatever you can fit in there. It's not anything crazy. And then some pages, like for us, we have post of the day. So don't be afraid to ask for help, newbies, or if you're just stuck, look throughout. You can even type Skinny Brew in the search tab on Facebook, and it'll give you a list of anybody that's ever posted Skinny Brew, some post ideas. Power hours, you heard Tiffany talk a little bit about that. You can create your own power hour. For that hour, you're going to do that 6 list. And these are crucial in your business because these keep you focused and on task. Do at least one every day. I'm constantly working in my hour. And that's like, I used to go out and go to the mall or whatever. So power hour is an hour you dedicate to your social media, interact on your timeline, liking, reacting and commenting on people's posts, post a status yourself, message all likes, comments, post so that you get that. And then tips, YouTube, everything you need is at YouTube. If you talk to anyone throughout the week and they say that they're interested, put those names on your hundreds list. That way you can follow up. This may seem like a lot, but this is really all we do. I mean, that is it. So you all have the magic now. It's bringing it back to the basics of just getting it out there, being consistent. March is going to be amazing for you guys if you choose to make it amazing. You just have to put in the work, and we want you to see one of those top enrollers, get one of those more bonuses, get a reload bonus. But Pam is going to have an awesome Zoom or live tonight. So we're going to close this up. Thank you guys for spending this last hour with us. This was a long one, but
Liz and Tiffany killed it.
Yes, I so appreciate these two so much. I love you guys for showing up. We're going to get a picture, and then we're going to jump over to Pam's page. But let me get a quick picture. All right, get everybody. Jill's got it. All right, there we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. we can just quick go through it. Okay, ready? All right, guys. We will see you next Monday night. And I've got a couple more guests, but have a great week and jump on over to Pam Souter's page.
See you guys.
We'll see you later.